Hi, Joanna.
Hi, Heath.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So I saw that you wrote in about using an outdoor TV.
Yes, we love the space. We're out here all the time. And we've got a family of 3 boys. We love to watch sports together. So right now we're bringing a TV from inside the house, carrying it, lugging it along with the stand, in and out when we're trying to watch TV.
That's not great, dragging that out. But one of the concerns would be, it seems like you have a lot of sunshine on this deck.
Yes, we do. We're lucky to get a lot of light here, but actually this wall doesn't get sun.
And let's take a look at it. This seems like a great wall. It's nice and shady, even though the rest of the deck is sunny. And you said it stays like this most of the day?
Yes, it's in the shade all day.
Nice. So when you had your other TV out here, did you actually have it up against here, or did you have it somewhere else?
No, we used to bring out a table and stand for the TV and then bring the TV and plug it into that outdoor outlet.
And you typically put it a little further out?
A little further out, yeah.
Okay, so when you had that plugged across there, a little bit of a trip hazard?
Oh, yes. There was a couple of scary moments.
So now I see why you want to put it on the wall.
Exactly.
So the nice thing is you have power out here, but I'd be a little concerned about the same kind of thing if we just plugged in. If I just ran a cord down and plugged in, it's still going to be loose. Someone still might snag it walking back and forth. And you could staple it, which isn't a bad option, but I don't always like to do that. If you want to take this in or service it or anything, then you have to take all that apart.
Makes sense.
So I think it might make a little more sense. While we do have that power there, might be able to utilize it. I want to put a receptacle behind the TV, keep the cords out of the way, out of sight, nice and clean. I think that'll work a little better. For mounting the bracket, I think we get lucky. Looking at the nails with the clapboards, I think we can see where the studs are. I want to make sure this is nice and secure and secured to that. So those are 16 inches on center. With any luck, if it's done right, those should be our studs. So we should be able to bolt right to those.
Excellent.
Nice and secure, and should be good. So the last thing to kind of consider is the size of the TV. Now we're going to be a little limited as to what we can fit between the vent and the light and the location. But when you had the TV out here before, what size did you have? Was it like a 50?
We had a 55.
55, and sitting on that table and probably being a little further over and closer to the seats was probably fine. We start to put that back here. As silly as that sounds, that may not be quite enough for what you want to have out here. So looking at this, quick measurement, you know, we've got about 66, 67 inches. If we walk back over here and take a look, I think we have just enough room to sneak a 65 in there, which I think might be just about right from sitting out there. What do you think?
I think that sounds great.
All right, let me grab a couple of things and we'll get started.
Sounds good. So what is this? I thought we were installing a TV.
We are, but this is actually an outdoor TV enclosure. I didn't want to just take a regular indoor TV and mount it to the outside wall and use it that way. I mean, we've seen it done. People throw covers on them, think it's okay. And in some areas you might get away with it, but it's not a good practice and I don't recommend it. I mean, even with the cover, we're still prone to drastic temperatures, humidity getting inside there, causing premature failure and possible other damage. So I don't want to do that. We could buy an outdoor TV, great solution, but they are what they are. There's technology that's enclosed in them. They're all sealed up. They're a great all-in-one solution, but they can also be very expensive. So this is the enclosure I want to use that's going to let us be flexible. It's going to have the best of both worlds where we can take either a TV you already have or something that's changed or been updated and install it into the system.
Okay, sounds like a great idea. There seems like a lot going on in here. What is all this?
There is. So we're basically copying all the benefits of the outdoor TVs and trying to put it in this enclosure. So we have integrated cooling fans on thermostats. So if it gets too hot, it'll draw fresh air from the top and blow it out of the bottom. And the other feature is on the bottom here, this is where our power cord's going to come out. So this pops out. We can actually make a little slice on that X, pull the cord through and kind of keep it sealed and put that back in. We have an additional heater we can add if we want. There's humidification control.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, is this easy to clean? I can imagine pollen and outdoor dust could get on there.
Great question. So hopefully with the sealing, we don't get anything in the inside, but the outside is just simply a polycarbonate. Just use a particular cleaner for that. We can wipe it down almost like a wax and kind of seal it up and keep it from scratching. It's going to look great. So I think this is a great setup to use, whether a TV you have, something new, make it nice and simple and get all the benefits. What do you think?
Sounds great.
All right, now we got our work cut out for us.
Now this looks more like a TV.
This is your TV. So we've taken this TV and what you've done, you can see we've put it on these foam blocks. This is from the manufacturer of the enclosure. They provide these blocks for us. They're very clear about the instructions. Make sure you put them underneath the frame, not just the screen, but the frame all the way around to carry this, because what's going to happen is going to make it easier for assembly for us to bolt everything on. Then we actually can slide the enclosure over and let it drop down and bolt it into place. So we get that little bit of height for the TV itself. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start lining the brackets up and figure out what we need for hardware. Give that a shot.
Thank you. Yeah.
Just so it's snug, not quite tight yet.
Snug, not tight.
Now it's time to install our power cords and get everything organized inside here. So I'm going to start by installing this piece right here.
What is it?
So that is a surge compressor and power filter. Keep all the equipment that we have in here and any future equipment protected. So next we'll put the power cord in.
And what's this power cord for?
So this is feeding our surge protector, and then everything else will plug into this. This isn't necessarily ready for outdoors. This is.
So that's what will come out of it.
So this will come out. And just to kind of help ensure that we stay together, we use this a lot for outdoor lighting with Christmas lights and holiday lighting and other things to keep the moisture out.
Nice and tight.
We'll be good to go. Now let's see if we can line it up to our bolt holes.
There we go.
That's
Easy.
it. Now we'll pull the cord for the surge protector through. And I just want to slide that back through like that. You want to center the bracket on the housing unit. Once center has been established, it's time to locate a spot on the side of the house, remembering you want to place it on the studs. If we go right there, we can bolt it in cleanly, seal this with silicone, keep everything nice and sealed. Next, what I want to do, see how tall it is. It says 10 inches of mounting area. Should be bottom of bracket somewhere down here. With the space for the mount located, it's time to find a spot for the new receptacle. Just gonna do a little test hole down there, that way we can poke around and see what's there for any plumbing pipes just in case. I do this a lot for cutting a light box in the ceiling, just to give us an idea of where things are to make sure we're really gonna clear what we want. That looks like we're pretty good.
That's pretty good.
I can spin around, not hitting anything. Now what we're gonna do, this is the bracket that the receptacles actually slide into. And then we'll just drive a couple of screws. So the receptacle's wide open, so I think we're good. Now that we have the location for the receptacle for the new TV, I'm gonna go ahead and run the wire from the panel to the new receptacle location. We swapped out the existing breaker in the panel for a dual function AFCI GFCI breaker that'll provide additional protection. This breaker will shut off the power to the circuit if any water gets in, making sure we prevent any electric shock. Now it's time to install the box for the new receptacle. Putty is placed around the edge of the box to create a watertight seal. Time to wire the new receptacle. Ground first, then the neutral, and finally the hot wire. I still have a habit of taping my devices up. We do it in metal boxes all the time, but it's kind of carried over. So it's just become a habit. That's good. And the one thing to point out is this is a special receptacle for outside. It is a weather resistant and tamper resistant receptacle. It's designed to be out here in this box. We're just going to go ahead and snap that cover back on. You just want to get it started right in there.
Okay.
We're using lag bolts to hang the mount to support the weight of the TV and the enclosure. Before we send these home, I want to put a little silicone around them. So as it goes in, it'll draw the silicone in and then kind of seal up against it. A layer of silicone is added to the perimeter of the mount to help create a watertight seal. To hang the TV, the screws are aligned to the mount and then tightened. Plug that in there. All right, Joanna, the power's on.
And it works.
Oh, look at that. That's your favorite channel. Look at that.
Looks incredible.
Well, I'm really happy with it. I hope you are.
I am too. I can't wait to sit out here and enjoy it with the family.
All right. Well, thanks again for writing in.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. This Old House has got a video for just about every home improvement project, so be sure to check out the others. And if you like what you see, click on the subscribe button to make sure that you get our newest videos right in your feed.